Okay, I think we're back. I'm so sorry, you guys. You know what I think happened? I think it was too hot. I think my computer got too hot in the sun and it shut down. So I'm sorry. Gosh, I was teaching you guys a great class too when it went off. So that's okay. We'll just start again. So thanks for coming. So sorry about the technical details. I'll keep working on them. It's a learning curve for sure, you guys. But I'm so happy to know that you guys are here with me today, even though we're not physically together. We are together in this really special community, which I've named Nancy Jo Co Yoga. So for practice today, what you guys need first and foremost is to know that you can practice safely. So you need the permission of your healthcare provider. You also need a couple things that will help you in today's practice: a folded blanket, a block, okay, and a strap. If you do not have a block or a strap, you can replace the block with maybe a blanket folded small to about the height of a block, and a necktie can be substituted for the strap. I would call today a tridoshic, meaning good for all Ayurvedic doshas practice. It's also what I'd consider this an intermediate practice. Okay, so anyone who's been practicing with me for a while, you're totally fine with this practice. You'll be great. But if you're a beginner, you really might want to check out one of the other videos that we have. Today, Rita reminded us, is International Yoga Day. What a perfect day to practice. The sentiment behind International Yoga Day is this idea of oneness. And, you know, one of the things that they say in yoga is that, yoga is about the kind of the unification or the yoking. That's what yoga means, to yoke, to bring something together, of body, mind, and spirit. For me, I like this idea that I heard this teaching that we are all like a house with 4 rooms: a physical, a mental, a spiritual, and an emotional room. And so I love the idea of like yoga practice being kind of a walk through all of those rooms, kind of a little visit and bringing those together. So it's kind of that same idea. So that's kind of the seed I want to plant for you guys today. Again, thank you for coming. I hope you have your things together now. So to start in our poses today, our first pose is virasana. So what you guys want to do is you want to have your block. I like having my blanket on my mat too, because it's nice for my knees. Okay. And then you're going to take your block and you're going to put your block. I'm going to turn so you guys can see this a little bit better. You're going to come onto your knees, and your knees are going to be about hip distance apart. Okay. You're going to put your block in the neighborhood of your ankles. Okay. You might have to adjust it, but close to your ankles. And then you're just going to sit back on that, okay, with your feet pointed back. And you can kind of adjust where the block is so you feel like you have the best support possible. And then just take and walk the heels in so that the ankles, the sides of the legs kind of hug into the block. And then you want to take and push down through the tops of your toenails, push down through the length of your shin bones, okay? So you want a really grounded seat here. Again, this is virasana or hero's pose. To continue that grounding, we want to take and move the flesh of the buttocks back and away so that you can engage the sit bones a little bit more in your block. And then you can also take and reach forward and just kind of pull the skin of your knees back. A teacher taught me this once, and I kind of like that. It feels just like it lengthens the shin bones a little bit more and just gives me a little bit more access to a better posture up top. From here, you guys, let's take and bring the shoulders to the ears, roll them to the wall behind us, and then move them down the back body. And then hands can just rest however they feel comfortable in your lap, either up or down. And then from here, I want to just do a little breath work with you guys. So this breath is really simple and it's a great tool for us. You guys stay how you are. I just wanted to turn so I can face you. I want you to have some tools. This is a tool to help kind of turn on our parasympathetic nervous system. We all know about that fight or flight, that kind of fight, stress response. We want to move into the other kind of nervous system mode for this practice, right? So one of the best ways to do that is with the breath. And this breath work is really simple to help us do that. So here's what it is, okay? So sitting in Virasana, what we're going to do is we're going to inhale twice through the nose in a row. It's more like a sniff than an inhale, you guys. So it's like and then it's an exhale out the mouth. Join in when you're ready. Keep going. Keep going. Couple more. Last one. Long exhale. And then softly close your eyes. If you feel a little woo, it's okay. It's just your body's response to the oxygen. But just embrace, hopefully the response from this is this, what I get when I do this is this sweetness and ease. There's that yoga pose called Sukhasana, and it means sweetness and ease. And that is the definition of true yoga. It should be sweet, it should be easy. So embrace that sweetness and ease. Find it here in your practice. Get yourself ready to do it more in your life, especially if things have been a struggle. Where can there be more sweetness? Where can there be more ease? Just reflecting on that. And also maybe reflecting on that sense of oneness that we aspire to in our practice today to honor International Yoga Day. And then as you're ready, let's bring our hands in front of our hearts, as I like to begin by joining our voices, even though they're all over the place, just bringing us together to come together as a community. Doesn't matter that we're not together physically. Exhale all the breath out of your lungs. Take a deep rib expanding inhale. Let the hands come away. Walk forward. We're going to take and move off of your blanket, you guys. Put your blanket off to the side. You're going to use your block again for a moment, though, okay? So keep your block with you as you come onto your knees. And I want you to widen your knees a little bit, your toes touching. Your block is in front of you, and I want you to sink your hips back towards your heels, layer your forearms on your block, and rest your forehead there. So this is a little modification of child's pose. Okay, the knees are wide, and the elevation is giving you some more room for your belly. This is good for pregnant mommies. I remember doing this when my belly was a little bigger. And so what I want you guys to do is just let the breath move real easy in the belly a few times. Just establishing again that deep breath. Really what some might consider the most important part of your practice. And then from here, we're going to walk off of the block. You can move your block off to the side now. And then you're going to walk your hands out in front of you. Okay, you're going to come into, I'm going to move my stuff because it looks sloppy with all this stuff in front of me. Sorry. You're going to walk your hands out in front of you into a full child's pose with extended arms. You can keep your knees wide though. From here, we're going to go into Nan's favorite vinyasa, So most of you guys know this if you're new to practicing with me. Here's what it is. There's a breath in. As we bring the hips forward, we come onto the tops of the legs. We lengthen and stretch the front body. We roll the toes in. As we exhale, it's one breath per movement. We exhale and bring the hips to the sky. We inhale, bring the knees to the floor. Point the toes back, and as we exhale, back to child's. And notice how your hands don't move. That's one of the things I like about this. Inhale, bring it all the way forward. Really lengthen that front body, stretch the belly, squeeze the glutes. Roll the toes, exhale, hips to the sky, drop the head. Inhale, land the knees really soft. Point the toes and exhale the hips. Always landing those knees really soft, guys, okay? Keep going. So here's where you guys can play a little bit. Maybe you go a little faster than me. Maybe you go a little slower. Maybe you do half as many as I do. Whatever is right for you in your practice today, it's all good. So we're just getting the body a little more warmed up and synchronizing that breath with the movement. And really feel the movement as you move through them. Because each of these poses are so important to our practice. Aiding in digestion, strengthening the upper body, getting us good and grounded, feeling safe and secure, stretching the shoulders. So many benefits just from this one little vinyasa flow. The next time that we're in downward dog, you guys, why don't we meet up there? So if you're there, just hang out. I'm coming. Okay. So once the hips are to the sky, you know how I am about the first downward dog of the day. Let's just kind of walk it out, play a little bit, swing your hips side to side, let your head hang heavy. And then when you're ready, let's just go ahead and bend the knees, pick the hips up a little higher. And then on the next in-breath, let's take the right leg and reach the right leg back and up. Just a little stretch, just moving the right leg out of the hip. And then landing the toes. Inhale, taking the left leg up, reaching it back. Landing the toes, soft land of the knees. Pointing the toes, hips sink back towards the heels. Have you noticed the hands still haven't moved? Kind of cool. Inhale, take the shoulders all the way forward to the palms. Roll the toes, exhale, hips to the sky, downward dog. On the next inhale, take the right leg back and up. On the exhale, bring the right knee towards the right elbow. Now again, if this is too spicy, left knee comes to the floor, okay, kids? Inhale, right leg to the sky. Exhale, right knee to left elbow. Inhale to the sky. Exhale, right knee straight down the midline. Inhale, take it to the sky. One more set, just like that. Exhale, right knee to right elbow. Again, you can be on your left knee for this. Inhale, right leg to the sky. Exhale, right knee to left elbow. Inhale to the sky. Exhale, right knee straight down the midline. Hold this one here. Breathe. And then we're going to slowly land that right knee. Okay? Just landing the right knee. Taking and walking the left leg back. Coming into a little pigeon pose this morning. And I know we haven't warmed our hips up very much. So we're not going to get crazy with this, okay? We're just going to try to do our best. Squaring the hips. Staying on the fingertips. Shoulder blades down the back body. And I really want you guys to embrace that feeling of back bend in pigeon pose. Because classically, pigeon pose is a back bend. So walking the fingertips in, squeezing the shoulder blades together. You're doing great. And because we're in pigeon pose and we can't resist, we might need to just take a little ride down, or a little reclined pigeon pose. So maybe coming onto the elbows for a breath or two. Maybe bringing your forehead all the way to the floor. Whatever serves you, okay? Sometimes in pigeon pose, it's nice to rest on your elbows with your forehead in your palms. Deep breaths with the belly. And then bringing the hands back under the shoulders. This release back to downward dog is a little tricky, okay? So again, if you've been practicing with me for a while, you should be fine. If you need to take a gentler journey out of this pose, by all means, do that, okay? Otherwise, roll your left toes in. You're going to be really strong in the arms and in the hands, and you're going to push into the hands, lift the hips, and take the right leg all the way back to the sky. Lay on the right toes. Wiggle the hips side to side. Play with your downward dog for a second or two. And then when you're ready, bend the knees, lift the hips, left leg to the sky. Big breath in here. As you exhale, bring the left knee down the midline. Inhale, left knee to the sky. Left knee to left elbow. Inhale to sky. Exhale, left knee to right elbow. Inhale to sky. Only 2 sets. Exhale, down the midline. Inhale, sky. Left knee to left elbow. Inhale, sky. Left knee, right elbow. Inhale, sky. Exhale, come straight down the midline and hold here. Breathe. Nice and strong arms. And then when you're ready, go ahead and land that left knee really softly. Walk the right leg back. Keep the hips squared with your mat as you can. As you kind of scooch your left foot out of the way, squaring the hips with the top of the mat, and walking the fingertips in to embrace that sense of open-heartedness. Ekapada Rajakapatanasana. That's the full name of this pose. Again, classically a back bend. And there's different ways we can play with this pose. We can bend that back leg if you're an advanced practitioner and you want to do something like that. But we're going to keep it a little bit more low-key. We're going to walk down to the elbows here. Breathing. And either bringing your forehead either onto the floor or into your hands. Think about when you get stressed, when you're worried. What do? You put your head in your hands. This is the body's really smart way of activating the prefrontal cortex of the brain. It brings more circulation there, and it helps just clear our minds so we can think, we can figure out what we need to do. We can soothe that worry, that anxiety, that trauma. So as you're ready, letting the hands come back onto the floor, walking them underneath the shoulders, rolling the right toes. And remember, this is the little spicy get out of this pose version. If you need a different way to come out of this pose, you can just slide that left knee back, come into table, and then up to downward dog. But if you like the spice, rolling the right toes in, pushing into the hands, taking that left leg straight back up to the sky, and then landing the left toes. I got to move up a little bit, you guys. So play with your downward dog for a second. And then what I want you guys to do is bring your hands a little closer together. So thumbs not necessarily touching, but closer, okay? Walking your feet apart. And I want you to look forward, bend your knees, and I want you to hop your feet to the outsides of your hands. Maybe your feet are off your mat, or maybe they're kind of somewhere on the edge of your mat. That's okay. That's where I want them. Okay, you're going to have your fingertips on the floor. As you inhale, we're going to bring our hips up high. On the exhale, we're going to drop the hips and take the gaze forward. So again, inhale. You can also be using your block for this, you guys. Exhale, sink the hips. So a block is really nice and handy for stuff like this, where the floor just feels a little too far away, just to make it more accessible, okay? Last one, let's take the hips up together. Then let's exhale, let's sink into those hips, and then let's bring the arms out in front. Ooh, Hello, good morning, Spice. So just sinking into those hips just for a breath or two. And then we're turning the palms to the floor, slap the floor, and take the hips to the sky. I want you to keep your feet wide here. Okay, something a little different. As we inhale, I want you to trace up, flat back, exhale, fold. Once again, inhale, trace up. Let the fingers trace up the front of your legs, maybe to your knees. Look forward. Exhale, fold. Last one, inhale, trace up. Pause here to really engage that core, and then come to a nice tall standing pose. Let the feet stay wide. And then I just want you to bring your hands down in front of your heart. Layer your hands either on your heart or one hand on your belly, one on your heart. I just kind of want you to keep your feet wide and just kind of sway side to side. You know, like the way you sway when you have a baby on your chest and you just want to kind of soothe them. So just swaying a little bit side to side. Remember in yoga that we create tension to release tension. So it's really about kind of bringing up whatever is held in the body. And then using these techniques to just kind of digest whatever comes up. Then letting the hands come off of the chest, walking the feet in so that the feet now are about hip distance apart. All the toes are facing forward. We're going to inhale and squeeze the shoulder blades together in front in the back body. And then in the exhale, we're going to sink into Utkatasana. I realize I'm cutting off my head a little bit. Inhale, come tall, straight legs. Exhale, sink the hips down in Utkatasana. One more time. Inhale, come tall. That's better. Exhale, sink the hips down in Utkatasana. Plug the shoulders in. And then really pause in this moment as you bring the arms up towards your ears. Sinking low into the hips, reaching out dynamically through the shoulders, all the way up and through the fingertips. As now the hands come down in front of the heart, we inhale together. On the exhale, let's twist to the right. Inhale through center. Exhale, let's twist to the left. Inhale through center. Drop the hips a little more. Sorry. Exhale, twist to the right. Inhale through center. Exhale, twist to the left. Inhale through center. Drop the hips a little more. Really sorry. And then on the next big breath in, rise. Hands in front of the heart. Take another breath in, arms rise. On the exhale, heart leads the way. Let's fold at the hips. Let's hands on the earth. Let's step the right foot back. Make sure the heels are in alignment. Left knee is bent over the left heel. And then pushing into that foot. Let's take it into Virabhadrasana 1. So shoulders and hips squared with the front of your mat. You want to try to work towards getting this left thigh as parallel with the floor as you can, you guys. From here, we want to take it into Warrior 2. Left arm in front, right arm behind. Extend through the fingertips. And then spin that left palm to the sky. Inhale and lift the left arm towards the face. On the exhale, let's go into Parsvakonasana. Let's land the left elbow. Take the right arm up and over. And really sink into that hip. Then spinning that right palm to the sky. Let's inhale. Straighten into the left leg. Hands in front of the heart. Big step forward. Inhale, arms rise. Exhale, heart leads the way. Inhale, trace up, flat back. Exhale, fold. Hands on the earth as the left foot steps back. Right knee over the right heel. Pushing into that right foot. Rise into Warrior 1. Shoulder blades down the back. Strong legs. Pinky toe side of that back foot really engaged. As you reach out to Warrior 2. Gaze past those right fingertips because good things are coming. Spin the right palm. Take it into Dancing Warrior. Then take and spin that palm around. Bring the right knee to the right elbow to the right knee. Left arm to the sky and take it all the way up and over. Parshvakonasana. Rotate that left shoulder back, open the heart. Again, if you're an advanced practitioner and you want to do a little bind in the back, go for it. But we're going to keep it a little more chill. Again, this is a good intermediate class. Spin the left palm to the sky. Let's rise up, square with the front of the mat. Hands in front of the heart as we step the right foot or left foot forward. Hands in front of the heart. Pause here just to remember what brings you to your practice today. And then releasing the hands down by your side body, plugging your pinkies down towards your ankles, palms facing forward. Draw all the muscles of your legs into the bones. But keep your belly soft and breathe in one. And breathe out one. And then breathe in two. And breathe out two. Last one, breathe in three. And a nice slow exhale. Hands come in front of the heart. Inhale again, arms rise. Exhale, heart leads the way. Inhale, trace up to a flat back. Exhale, fold. We're going to, hands on the floor, we're going to walk the knees down to the mat from here. Palms directly under the shoulders. As we exhale, round into the back, tuck the chin to the chest, tailbone points down. As we inhale, drop the tummy, lift the chin, lengthen through the front body. Keep going. Exhale, rounding into the back. On the inhale, drop the tummy, lift the chin. Keep going. Again, you can go a little faster, a little slower than me. It's all good. If you want something a little spicier, push into the hands. Exhale, round. Inhale, drop the tummy. Totally optional. Just a little spicier way to take your practice up a notch or two. Let's let this be the last one. Let's land the knees if they were lifted. And then let's just sweep the feet out of the way so we can come onto the high knee. We're going to take the legs out in front. Make sure that your strap is nearby for where we're going, you guys. We don't need it quite yet, but you will, okay? So we're going to take and bring the feet about hip distance, move the flesh of the high knee back and away, hands behind the thighs as we open the heart and the chest. We're going to move to Navasana pose now. So inhale, big open chest, big breath in. On the exhale, we're gently going to lean back. We're going to pause here. You guys can stay here. This is fine. You can bring your hands on the floor for support. That's cool too. I'm going to give you some, make sure you have some options. Otherwise, we're going to take the arms in front. And then on the next inhale, we're going to lift the right foot. And then on the exhale, we're going to release it. Inhale, lift the left foot. Exhale, release. One more time. Inhale, right foot. Exhale, release. Inhale, left foot. Exhale, release. Inhale, both. Everybody comes to the party. Shoulder blades stay down the back. You can straighten the legs if you want a little spicier action. Big breath in here. And then on the exhale, we're going to land the feet. We're not going onto our backs quite yet, you guys, okay? So when you're ready, land the feet. Walk the legs out in front of you and grab your strap, okay? So we're going to do a little bit of work with the strap now. You're going to bring the strap around the ball mounts of your big toes. As promised, I'm just going to heat you up and then do a little stretching, okay? So we're going to start with just some simple forward folds. Both feet are in the strap as we take a tall spine. Inhale here. And then on the exhale, folding the belly over the legs just to where you're comfortable. And not everybody needs the strap. Some people are very comfortable grabbing the feet. Okay, but you'll need the strap for some of the other stuff we're doing. So So inhale and rise back up. We're going to take from here, you guys, and we're going to take our left foot out of the strap, okay? And then we're going to walk the legs out wide, okay? One of my teachers used to say, don't let there be any space between the backs of your knees and the floor. So that's kind of the guidance here, is like hugging the backs of the knees down and pushing out through the ball mounts of the big toes. Now we're going to take from here, we're going to take the left hand, use your pointer finger to grab the strap as close as you can to your right foot. And then you're going to take your right arm up by your ears, big breath in here. And then on your exhale, we're just going to arc over towards that right leg. And you can decide how much slack you want to take on that left side. So hopefully you can find a nice side body stretch here. You want to take and rotate that right shoulder back as much as you can. Maybe looking up, but be careful with your neck. If that's too much for your neck, just look forward, or even down is fine. Keep pushing the right foot into the strap. As you breathe, you're doing great. Inhale up through the midline. Take and bring the right leg back into the middle. Step the left leg in, both feet in the strap. Roll the hands around, big breath in. Tall spine, exhale, fold over the legs. And as I do this, you guys, I just kind of wrap my hands around. Sorry, my computer is making a noise. And then on the next in breath, we slowly come up. This time we'll take the right foot out of the strap and open the legs up nice and wide. You're going to take your right pointer finger, slide it into the strap, grab on pretty close to that left foot. And then on your next inhale, left arm rises, big breath in, tall spine. And then on the exhale, we just arc over. So like I don't want to say there's a goal, but the direction we're looking for is grabbing that right foot. And you don't have to grab the right foot. Just want you to find where are you feeling the stretch. You want to keep that left hip heavy, so you don't want to tip. You want to stay really grounded. Remember, the grounding of your poses is really important. Rotating that left shoulder back, maybe looking up. On the in-breath, we rise, taking the legs back into the midline. One more time. Okay, wrapping the hands around, big breath in. Exhale, fold over the legs. Pushing into the ball mounts of the big toes. Pushing into the strap. On the next inhale, we're going to come up. We're going to get fancy here, okay? So what we're going to do is we're going to keep the feet in the strap. We're going to come onto our back, and we're going to take the legs right up with it, okay? So that was kind of fun. From here, you guys, let your left foot come to the floor. So you just have your right foot in the strap. I like to put my left hand on my left hip, okay? And you're going to want to use that right pointer finger between the tails of the strap. Breathe in here. And on the exhale, start to take your right leg out to the side. So you're bringing it towards the floor. If it goes to the floor, great. If it doesn't, who cares? Okay? Another way to play with this, that left leg can be straight on the floor. It adds a lot to the pose if you do that. Either way, you're really pressing down and out through that left foot. You're doing great. This is a reclined Padangusthasana. Okay, big toe pose. On your next inhale, let's take that right leg back towards the midline. You're going to switch your hands. You guys who have practiced in class with me know where I'm going from here. I'm sorry, but I love you. We're going to take an inhale here. So just your right hand can be on the floor. It doesn't matter. Take an in-breath here. And on the exhale, you want to move your right toes over to the left, like line it up maybe with your heart. That's as far as you're going. And you're really going to feel some interesting things in the back of that right leg. It's a nice deep stretch. It just gets into a different muscle group when we move really small like that. Because I know you can go over here, like that's not a big deal. It's moving really slow, keeping the right leg towards the chest, and then moving over to line up with the heart. Ooh, yeah, it gets very interesting. On the next inhale, let's take that right foot back in alignment with the right shoulder. Switch hands once again as we breathe in. And as you exhale, bring that right knee down into the right armpit, a little half of a happy baby here. Keep pushing out through the sole of that left foot. The right foot is flexed. You're doing great. We're almost done. And then on your next in breath, take the right leg straight once again. Step the left foot back into your strap so that both feet are in the strap once again. And just kind of play here. You might want to open the feet and rock a little side to side. Just kind of have a little bit of playtime. And then when you're ready, we're going to take and let just the right foot come to the floor, or you can straighten the right leg, up to you. Left pointer finger in between the straps as we inhale. The right hand is on the hip, keeping that right side of your body grounded. And then on your exhale, slowly start to lower that left leg to the floor. Really pressing into the strap with the left foot. Shoulders are grounded, chest is open, heart is open. On the next inhale, bring that left leg back to midline, switch the hands. Left hand can just be on the floor. And on the exhale, ooh, right toes with left toes with right shoulder, sorry. You're just going over towards the shoulder or the armpit. No farther, okay? Breathe. On the next inhale, take it back. Switch hands again. Take the left leg out, maybe even a little wider before you bend the knee and take that half happy baby. So pulling that knee down into the armpit, pushing the foot into the strap. Create that tension to release the tension. Deep breath with the belly. On the next inhale, straighten the left leg. Bring the right foot back into the strap. Elbows kind of out to the sides, pushing through the ball mounts of both toes, big toes. And then as you're ready, let's take a full happy baby. Let's separate the feet a little wider than the hips. Wrap your hands around your strap. Big inhale here. And then on the exhale, hug the knees down towards the armpits. As you again breathe with the belly. Maybe if you like it, a little rocky side to side. That might feel really nice. And then coming through the midline, letting the feet slide out of your strap. Your strap can go off to the side. And if you can, just roll over and grab your block again. Okay. We're going to bring the feet about hip distance apart. We're going to take and lift the hips up off the mat. Place the block underneath the sacrum. Shoulder blades walk in together. Arms by your sides with your palms up. And then maybe, if you want a little something to stretch those fronts of your hip flexors, if you're doing a lot of sitting, a lot of driving. So good, you guys. Stretch those front hip flexors. Take the legs straight, or maybe you can do one leg straight at a time, okay? However you guys want to do it is okay with me. Breathe. Let the belly rise and fall. when you're ready, walk the feet in. Feel how all that blood flow has moved towards your heart, preparing your heart for Shavasana. Push into your feet, move your block off to the side, and then slowly walk the shoulder blades apart and lower the spine one vertebra at a time. As the hips land, pausing here before sliding the legs straight. Checking in with yourself. If you're inside and you have air conditioning, it's really a good idea to have a blanket on you. Because no matter how warm you are now, your body does cool down in Shavasana. Okay, so get yourself set up in your Shavasana. An eye pillow for your eyes would be lovely. Be comfy. Move your arms just far enough away from your side body so that there can be some airflow in your armpits. And just gently close your eyes. Letting the weight of your body relax into your mat a little more. There's nowhere to go. There's nothing to do. Just allow yourself to rest here. I won't keep you long. We'll give this about 5 minutes. So as you're ready, just bringing your awareness and your attention down to your feet. Relax your feet. Relax your ankles. Relax your calves and your shin bones. Relax your knees and the backs of your knees. Relax your thighs. Relax your right hip. Relax your left hip. Relax the space between your hips. Relax your belly. Relax everything that lives inside your belly. Relax your low back. Relax your chest, your heart. Relax the space above your heart. Relax the space below your heart. Relax the space to the left of your heart. Relax the space to the right of your heart. Relax all around the heart. trace your awareness down to your hands, relaxing your hands. Relax your arms and let them be heavy so that you can move them if you needed to, but you really don't want to. Relax your shoulders. Let your eyes drop deeper into their sockets as all expression disappears from your face. Lips barely touching. Teeth slightly parted. Let the tongue be heavy. Relax the root of your tongue. Relax the back of your neck, long like a giraffe's. Relax the front of your neck, your throat, all the layers of your throat. Now just relax the right side of your body just a little more. The left side of your body just a little more. Now both sides of your body just a little bit more. Now as you're ready, just deepen your breath. Be gentle with yourself as you take a long, really yummy stretch, fingers to toes. Oh God, a little wiggle. And then gently coming over to your side and using your hands to come up to a seated position. Please sit comfy. Take your time. If you'd like to remain in Shavasana, all good. But I'd like to share a poem with you guys before I let you go for today. This is a poem by Thich Nhat Hanh, and it really just reminds me of the importance of us having one another. And it's so hard to get us physically together for some reason these days, but to join with each other here is really cool. And it matters, you know? And so I just wanted to share this poem that kind of reminds me of that. It's a poem I shared with a good friend of mine recently. It said, "You are me and I am you. It is obvious that we inter-are. You cultivate the flower in yourself so that I will be beautiful. I transform the garbage in myself so that you do not have to suffer. I support you. You support me. I am here to bring you peace. You are here to bring me joy." So with that, let's bring our hands together in front of our hearts. Let's sing one more big Om chant together, you guys. Deep breath in. Om. Thank you so much for joining me today. I'm so sorry about our technical difficulties. I'll keep trying to get better. I love you all. Have a beautiful day. Namaste. Bye, guys.